Hello folks, just waiting for this Ronnie O'Sullivan match to get underway. Here we go. Go on to the seat. Says this event has not started yet, which is the case. We're just waiting for the players to come out. Excuse me. So, good afternoon and welcome to cookiemonster Live 2 in association with the Bentley Bar, Derry City Centre, where I am cookiemonster and I plan to bring you some snooker coverage of the Ronnie O'Sullivan and Thepchaiya Un-Nooh World Championship Last 32 clash. A very warm welcome to everyone indeed tuning in. I hope you enjoy the coverage with myself doing a wee bit of light-hearted commentary. This should be a fantastic clash between the two players. Obviously, when the draw was done for the World Championship first round, it was a match-up that everybody was looking forward to. It shouldn't be too much longer before they come out. There they go.
Good afternoon. We may not have a sense of anticipation out in the crucible, but backstage nerves are a-jangling because waiting in the wings we have four of the greatest salesmen this sport has ever known. Three multiple Triple Crown winners, there are two of them, and there is one of the most popular players ever to emerge from Thailand, and he happens to be lightning quick. Whichever match you're focusing on over the next couple of hours, we are guaranteed a scintillating session here at the Betfred World Snooker Championship. What we lack in crowd, we more than make up for in quality. Poised and ready, here comes a man who is more than familiar with the big stage here. 6 times he's reached the single table setup, twice a World Championship finalist, twice a Triple Crown winner, taking the UK and the Masters. Ready to dig deep today, the Welsh Dragon, Matthew Stevens.
So Matthew Stevens finds himself trailing John Higgins 6 games to 3 overnight. Tough ask for as Matthew's celebrating in front of Rob Walker and the referees.
And his opponents, who finished the first session with 3 half-centuries to move 4 away from a 22nd appearance in the second round.
Thank you very much, Zaid M. Hamza, for tagging your friends into the stream.
The third most decorated player in history, 4 times a world champion, the Wizard of Wishel, John Higgins.
That's going to be a very good matchup on that table. The game that I plan to show is Ronnie O'Sullivan versus Thepchaiya Un-Nooh.
On table 2, blink and you'll miss this guy. Here comes one of the most talented players his country has ever produced. World Open finalist this season, he won the shootout last year and took the eventual champion Judd Trump to a decider in the opening round 15 months ago. The fastest player on tour, Thailand's speed demon, Thepchaiya Un-Nooh.
What a fantastic player this guy is. Really looking forward to watching this game as I welcome Christy O'Reilly, Brian Tosh, Nicholas Marteau and Daniel White back under this afternoon's coverage. Most of the lads haven't been in this morning. Very much appreciated that you are coming back again. And here we go, the introduction. Many a fan of Ronnie on the stream, no doubt.
28th consecutive appearance at the sport's spiritual home. He is the most decorated Triple Crown player in history, 19 titles in the Big 3 alone. 5 times a champion of the world, of course, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And there you go, folks. Plenty of these on the cheer on Ronnie O'Sullivan. As I say, a good afternoon to Wing Yu Su. Apologies if I have not pronounced your name correctly. But a very warm welcome into the cookiemonster Live 2 coverage. And also welcome back to Dinesh DK. So here we go, folks, this much anticipated first round clash. Ronnie O'Sullivan against Thepchaiya Un-Nooh, best of 19. There'll be 9 frames in this session, with 10 frames possibly tomorrow morning. So the first of these 9 frames, here we go.
Thanks, guys. Have a good game.
Nice bit of respect there in both players. Thepchaiya Un-Nooh has broken off. Enjoy the game, folks. Hello to Connor Moran, Joe Loughlin and Shan Devaney tuning in. As Dinesh is just saying that they love the rocket. Nice pot there from O'Sullivan.
What?
As I welcome back John Coogan, and I also say good afternoon to Man Lee, who says thank you very much for the stream, very much appreciated, Man Lee, and in return I would like it if you could like my page and follow, be very much appreciated.
6.
Welcome back to Rachel Graham and also Pat Mooney. Good afternoon, folks.
11.
As we see, Ronnie has settled in nicely here so far. So Ronnie can count himself a bit unlucky going into the pack, didn't develop the reds he would have liked, and he has given Thepchaiya a half chance of this red under the right middle pocket. Ooh, surprising miss from Thepchaiya. I thought I would have got that one. And remember, everybody, I hope you are all enjoying the coverage, and don't be afraid to say hello. I'm thoroughly glad to see the numbers up over 80 viewers. Fantastic. And we all love to enjoy this coverage of what should be a cracking contest. Thepchaiya want this yellow ball to block the path to the red in the left corner, and that is the case. He'll be happy enough with that. As I say, good afternoon to Stan Lee, tuning in, tagging one of his friends under the coverage. Good afternoon to Manish Pandey. Very warm welcome indeed to yourself, Manish. Thank you for tuning under the coverage. Something tells me that Thepchaiya may have left Ronnie this chance with the red over the left corner. Ronnie has to play it with a little bit of swerve. doesn't quite fancy it maybe. He's having a second look at it. As I say, good afternoon to Ali Khan, who says thank you so much for the live coverage. Not a problem at all, Ali. My prediction regarding the match originally, Ali, was 10-8 to Thepchaiya, but with the change in circumstances within the World Championships, where there is no spectators not allowed, I think it will allow Ronnie to settle into the match and feel a bit more safe. As strange as that may sound, so I think Ronnie may win, but I would like to see Thepchaiya win. Stefano Trotsky, a very warm welcome again back to yourself for the coverage. Very much appreciate your comment and also for sharing the video. Thank you very much indeed, Stefan. Good afternoon to James Jackson tuning in. That was a good pot in the pink from Thepchaiya, but I hope they screw that cue ball back a wee bit further. I don't think he's left himself a pot, so it may have to be an attempt at safety. Ali Khan, as you asked a question regards my prediction for the match, what is your prediction for the game? Enjoy the coverage, folks. Be back in 1 wee second. I can just hear my wife playing some music upstairs, and I'm feared in case this stream gets cut off.
Thepchaiya Un-Nooh, 30.
Apologies for interruption there, folks, and a wee bit of commentary that I provide. I just had to go make sure the music wasn't too loud, so I don't lose this stream. It's the last thing I want to do, as I've had a new record number of viewers and very chuffed. A warm welcome to each and every one of these. As I see, this is a fantastic opportunity here for Ronnie O'Sullivan to register the first frame of the clash.
30.
A very warm welcome indeed to Abdul Sattar Subasha. Apologies if I've said your name wrong, but very welcome indeed. Good afternoon to Colin McGee, Senior, tuning in.
28.
Good afternoon to Exorial Ahari Jr. Trinan. Seems to be a fan of the Rocket. Very warm welcome indeed. Ronnie's just asking what's the story, what's the crowd noise, I think. And the referee's just explaining it's a fake crowd noise on the other side of the curtain. Ronnie for a minute thought there was people in. He just seems to find that a bit strange. So that red puts Ronnie 51 points ahead, 51 on the table, but Ronnie has the option of potting this black, which will put him 58 ahead.
Thank you. 45.
As John Coogan says, whoa, the viewers are growing and growing, buddy. You deserve it. Thanks very much, John. Fantastic coverage and fantastic commentary. That's something that I love to do, John, as you know the crack yourself. I'm just delighted that I have so many in. Thanks to everybody for sharing and liking the page, and long may it continue. As Exor Elahari Jr. says Ronnie is going to win the first 3 frames. That's a bit of a bold prediction. Ronnie's not too impressed with this fake crowd noise, I can tell by the expression. It would be a bit off-putting coming from another table whenever you're down in your shot, to be fair. As we say, good afternoon to Raymond Barrow tuning in. Poor Raymond has been getting a sore touch all week. I've been saying anytime somebody plays a bit of dirt, that's quite simply what's known as a Raymond Barrow. As Harshit predicts that it's going to be 10-0 to Ronnie. Thanks very much for the comment, Joe. Saying excellent coverage as usual from myself. So Ronnie needs these remaining colours for a century break of 101. And you'd like to think that they should complete that. A nice pot in the pink, and this black for that 101 clearance. Fantastic clearance there from Ronnie O'Sullivan of 101 as he leads Thepchaiya Un-Nooh 1 frame to 0. Folks, I'll be back with you in a second. Anybody that is tuned in, I'd be very appreciative if you give the page a like and a follow and also a share. Thank you very much. Back shortly. And I see some predictions saying there. One of the viewers saying that Ronnie is going to make 4 centuries. As I see a thank you also coming on from Vamsi Krishna, saying thanks man from India. Not a problem, Vamsi. I hope you enjoy the coverage. Frame 2 has just got underway. As Dinesh has making an early prediction that Ronnie will go for a 147 at some stage today. That's very likely, with a £50,000 bonus being up for grabs for a 147 break during the World Championships. Could this be the effort of a 147 that you were just talking about there, Dinesh? Oh, that red just crept in. The reds are sitting pretty well. Black is free into both corner pockets. This is a possibility. As I say, good afternoon to Joe McGonnell tuning in. My fellow NIBSA committee member. Hope you're keeping well, Joe.
16.
I think that could be the end of the possible 147 as Ronnie's not come up high enough in that red yet. I thought that when I seen the position in that red. As I say hello to Raymond Cantwell, Nathan Moore, Paddy McLaughlin. So it's a possible 145 now, as the highest that Ronnie can get. Incidentally, that was the highest break in the qualifiers. That was made by Alan Taylor.
31.
Good afternoon to Brian Hannaway tuning in. I think Ronnie will play this red at the bottom of the pack maybe, will he? It'll open up a few more.
38.
He's 3 different options of pots. He's a red up to the yellow pocket, a red to the right middle, or a red into the left corner. The left corner looks a shot as he looks to open these reds. Tried to force the cue ball through, and as you see there, it's just stuck to that red, so it has. So that should be end of break from Ronnie, unfortunately, as you just watch the white just stick. Just a containing safety shot there from Ronnie as it breaks down on a break of 39.
39.
It's all in attack mode here from Thepchaiya as he tries to get himself in. Has missed that red, so he has, and just gifted back the opportunity of frame 2 here to Ronnie. Wants that white to slow down.
One.
It's not too bad, could have been worse. Although it still is a tough enough black. Good afternoon to Ahmad Sayafik tuning in, tagging one of his friends under the coverage. More than welcome. Very good shot there from O'Sullivan. Back in prime position once again. Good afternoon to Mod Azreen tuning in, tagging one of his friends in. Tag away folks and share away at the video if you like as well. It's much appreciated on my part. Good afternoon to Richard Robinson tuning in. So this black Ronnie Patrick will give him a 61 point lead of 75 points left on the table. Afternoon to Mrs. Chucky. Hope you're keeping well, Chucky Preston. Hope you're getting the practice in, as Raymond Cantwell's just saying. Ronnie looks sharp. He does indeed, as I was just saying in that first frame. I think with no spectators will allow Ronnie to settle that a wee bit better. At least he can't say there's no health issues or health worries with the COVID-19. And he's just played that absolutely lovely.
38.
On a break of 38, so no century possible this time. The highest possible being 97. Not even half an hour played, and Ronnie has the first two frames wrapped up. There's the average shot times. Ronnie's average shot time so far, 14 seconds. You need to be careful in case he gets a parking ticket. Although, to be fair, he hasn't exactly been stationary.
45.
A speeding ticket. I absolutely got lost in what I was trying to say there. Trying to bring up a wee bit of humour. Made myself look like a fool.
52. 53. 59. 60.
'Ronnie's queuing through the ball very well indeed.
65.
So it's a possible clearance of 92 it's on.
70. 74.
At this stage I've no doubt Thepchaiya Un-Nooh is fearing the worst. Ronnie's just in cruise control here at the moment.
79.
Raymond Cantwell's just saying the next frame is huge.
85.
With breaks of 39 and 85, Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Thepchaiya Un-Nooh by 2 frames to 0. Third frame will be coming shortly, folks. Stay with us, and again, if you don't mind, please feel free to share the video and invite whoever you like under the coverage. As we welcome Colin McGee Jr. into the coverage, and also a big warm welcome to Eddie Dornan, father of last year's Northern Ireland Amateur Championship runner-up Darren Dornan. Eddie, I hope yourself and family's keeping well, pal. As Etisham Shabir just says pressure is off Ronnie. He looks as if he's unlocked the handbrake, flying around the table there at 14 seconds for his average shot. Third frame, Thepchaiya Un-Nooh break. As Dinesh just says, poor kid, when he's going for a shot, he looks so nervous. Was a good break off, has had the white behind the yellow. Very good break off indeed. And an excellent reply of safety from Ronnie. Tried to nick that red thinly and has done, and has got a very good white. As Wing Yu Su says, Ronnie looks pretty sharp. Does indeed. This will test Thepchaiya out to see how he's feeling. And he's all over the show here. You could see a bit of a shake, you could nearly say, on the cue as he delivered it. As Etisham Raja says, Ronnie the Rocket. But Judd Ace is in the pack. Must be a big Judd Trump fan. A warm welcome to Etisham. Apologies if I'm not saying your name correctly. Very hard to say some of these names when you don't have too many front teeth. Another good shot of safety there from Ronnie. As I say, good afternoon to Dave Bishop tuning in. As Kat Durr says, thanks for the streaming, man. All love. Come on, Ronnie. Thank you, Kat, for tuning in to my stream. Very much appreciated. As we see, Thepchaiya just give Ronnie another excellent opportunity of having the first chance of getting some points on the board. Wing Yu Su says, Ronnie just looks so attacking. He looks pretty relaxed, doesn't he? As Dave Bishop just said, I hope Ronnie hasn't read today's paper. Dave, you'll have to fill me in, pal. I haven't read today's paper. What does it say? Hopefully it's a case that fans is going to be allowed into the Crucible from Friday onwards again. It means I'll be able to make use of my tickets as I head to Sheffield on Friday. Joel Harry is predicting another century here for Ronnie. The wee stat there is just saying Ronnie has scored 253 points without reply from Un-Nooh, as Un-Nooh has only scored 13 so far. Dave Bishop's just saying Ronnie's daughter was on a paper slating him, calling him an awful father and grandfather. Big spread about it. I'm not even going to mention that paper, Dave, because that paper tabloid just can spread a lot of shit and cause a lot of unnecessary crap. That's definitely one paper that I never buy. That's not reflecting I'm a Liverpool fan or nothing like that. It's just papers tend to print a lot of absolute rubbish.
42.
So Ronnie is definitely going well.
43.
Nice pot in the brown from Ronnie. Had this red over the left corner pocket, so it was always guaranteed position.
47.
He looks as if he's in a rush. Maybe he's got a
48.
table booked for dinner at 5 p.m. As Dave Bishop just agrees there with what I said regards the papers can print an awful lot of muck. He had nothing else to do in his tea break, so he just had a quick flick through it. I think it's fair to say, Dave, the only thing that paper is good for is if you run out of toilet roll. Ronnie is very, very impressive here indeed. There's no doubt I think he's probably the best player in my time. Obviously it's Stephen Hendry as well. But just the way he plays snooker here, he is absolute cruise control. Doesn't look like missing. Not even the commentator's curse could make him miss. As he needs this bread, did he Thepchaiya needing snookers?
66.
As you can see there, the match time is currently 29 minutes. And it looks like we only have 3 frames in under half an hour, so we're averaging 10 minutes a frame. I'd say they, but realistically it's not they, it's Ronnie, because he's the one that's done all the potting. And by my own admission, no. Yes, I love to watch Ronnie O'Sullivan playing snooker, but I had hoped that Thepchaiya would get the result today, but it doesn't look too good. Obviously this match is not played to a finish until tomorrow.
87. 88. 95.
Average shot time is down to 13 seconds. He must be looking to set a new record. Paddy McLaughlin's just saying this could end up a demolition job. The way that Ronnie's queuing, as we see another fantastic century registered of 101, possible 128.
103.
Oh, look at that first shot. A bit of reverse side. Just has left himself stretching ever so slightly. Not a problem.
110.
Could be an exhibition shot coming up in this blue ball. As we see Ronnie look to
115.
clear up for a 128. Playing a bit of billiards was Ronnie. So that century of 115. It's 3 frames to nil. I'll be I hope you're still with me, folks. I just dropped the. Sorry about that, guys. I just dropped the phone there, but I should be back with you, hopefully. as John Higgins leaves Matthew Stevens 7 frames to 4. As Paddy McLaughlin's just asking Cookie, when are you taking over from Dennis? I wish. Chance to be a fine thing, Paddy. Hope I haven't knocked this volume. No. Sorry, XLR Harry, what was your prediction? Your prediction was Ronnie for first 3 frames. Yep, that was 100%. 3-0. I'm not too sure if you're able to have a bet on it. A very good prediction from yourself. 4th frame just getting underway, the last before the mid-session interval. As we see a fantastic break off from Ronnie left-handed. He's snookered Thepchaiya in the green. Thepchaiya was probably hoping to get his possible shot attempt, as Venkat has just said there. Ronnie is in beast mode. Good afternoon to Kipper Gibbons tuning in. He may have got out of the snooker, but he has left Ronnie an opportunity again of getting on nice and early. He's played that rather well. As a mutual fan or a snooker fan of any kind, you've got to feel for Thepchaiya in this situation. But what a performance this has been so far from O'Sullivan. Right-handed, left-handed, doesn't matter. Paddy McLaughlin saying this could be 10-1 or 10-2. But the way it's going so far, Paddy, 10-0 wouldn't be a bad shout. As I say, good afternoon to Mobeen Khan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 16.
Wow, there's something we weren't expecting, folks. An easy miss from Ronnie has given an opportunity here. Maybe just trying to play too fast. As we see Thepchaiya get an opportunity, which he definitely was not expecting. So let's see what he can do here. I think it's going to have to be the blue ball for Thepchaiya up onto the yellow pocket. Good afternoon to my former mentor tuning on, Mr. Patrick Moore. Pat, I hope you're keeping well. Many a laugh we had in our maxi break days over 20 odd years ago when I was a young nipper, a young boy in nappies. As Mobeen Khan just says, that was a shocker miss from Ronnie. It was indeed, after you had called for the 147, Mobeen. It's normally me who puts the commentators cursing players. Lovely pot there from Thepchaiya, and hopefully that helps him settle into this match as he looks to try and make this a frame winning visit. That was a lovely shot there. He's split these reds nicely. He must do a bit of yoga with his stance. It's a position I definitely couldn't get my body on, that's for sure. Apologies for any noise you may hear in the background, folks. It's just my dogs running about the house. It's a very good break of 36 so far here from Thepchaiya.
36. 37.
Just played that very nicely indeed. As he looks to take this red with the left hand of the pink. Might opt to play the one down the left hand cushion. I think the one beside the pink should be the shot. He took the wrong pot there for me. He should have took the ball that he originally played on, which I believe was to the left of the pink, which going on to the right corner. I think that was the wrong shot on Thepchaiya's part. Another good pot for Ronnie as he gets himself back in here, as he came to the table 26 points behind. As Etisham is just saying, come on Thepchaiya Un-Nooh, you need to show your skills.
8. 48. 15. 22.
'So I think for Ronnie to win this frame, obviously he's going to need all remaining reds, so not exactly straightforward. Looks like he's going to take this one left-handed.
29.
He's cued that lovely. And he's left a perfect angle to develop these two reds. As a good friend of mine would say, Paddy McGrory, Ronnie's cueing like a dream.
37.
This should be 4-0 from here. He's inch perfect in this blue. Just one red left.
43. 44.
So just a yellow and green for Ronnie O'Sullivan to take a 4-0 lead onto the mid-session interval. I'm going to keep this stream rolling, folks, just so I don't lose the viewers that I have managed to build up. I might just do a wee bit of chat about Q School and that, quite possibly. So please do bear with us. I'm not too sure how long it take for a mid-session interval, if it's 15 minutes or possibly maybe 20. I do have the option of showing you some of the John Higgins and Matthew Stevens match whilst Ronnie and Thepchaiya are out having a tea break. So I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll switch it over to the Ronnie O'Sullivan and Thepchaiya Un-Nooh game, and then as soon as Ronnie and Thepchaiya come back out, I will switch it straight back again. As we see Ronnie O'Sullivan in top class form. So bear with me, folks, I'm just going to switch it over to the other game. Here we have Matthew Stevens taking on John Higgins, with John Higgins leading 7 frames to 4. Matthew Stevens at the table and leads by 15 points. So anybody that is watching for the Ronnie O'Sullivan and Thepchaiya Un-Nooh match, I will bring it back to you in about 15 minutes time. I'm keeping an eye on my computer as when the two players come back out. I know that's what you have all tuned in for, and that's what I will continue to provide. Good afternoon to Paul Cannon tuning in. Paul, you just tuned in there. Ronnie O'Sullivan has taken a 4-0 lead inside 45 minutes over Thepchaiya Un-Nooh. Thepchaiya did have a good opportunity to 1 frame 4, but that wasn't the case. As we see, Matthew Stevens is forced into taking that red and has given John Higgins a good opportunity here. I don't like these shots, they can always lead to being a push ball. If I was John Higgins, I'd be going for that red over the left corner.
So,
this match that we're watching at the moment was a game that I was looking forward to also when the draw was done. It's just a shame that the two matches are on at the same time. That's the way it is. Plenty, I think every first round match this year's World Championships are all cracking contests in their own way.
yellow ball. Foul.
As you just see John Higgins come out of foul.
Matthew Stevens ball.
Good effort that was from Matthew Stevens, but just wriggled in the jaws. It's giving John Higgins another very good opportunity of getting his 8th frame of this contest on the board.
Six. Seven.
I predict that Ronnie's match will be back in about 10 minutes time, and as soon as it's back, I'll be streaming it straight away again.
12.
Yeah, it should be about. I'm predicting. It all depends at Sham as to how long that they give for a mid-session interval. They normally take 15 minutes, from what I know, but it may have been extended to 20 minutes because of this COVID-19 pandemic that's currently ongoing. So that's a possibility. But as soon as it starts, no matter where we're at in the frame here with John Higgins and Matthew Stevens, I'll be bringing back the Ronnie match.
21. $36. $37.
So John Higgins looks as if he's playing very well also. Seems to be a case of the older you get, the better they play. As I say, good afternoon to Robert Campbell tuning in, known quite simply as the Joker.
42. $43.
So a red and a blue will leave Matthew Stevens needing snookers.
49.
A very warm welcome indeed to Robbie Watson, who I described quite simply as the head honcho of the ambassadors of the Green Bays, who have provided many a fantastic exhibition night of snooker. The last one I was lucky to be involved in was a history-making Scotch doubles 147 with Mark Allen and Kieran Wilson being the two professionals involved. And what a break that was. Robbie, I'm not too sure if you have a link for that, for the end of that 147 Scotch doubles, just to see the viewers, or allow the viewers to see it. If you want to post a link for it in the comments, Robbie, work away, pal. So, John Higgins goes 8-4 ahead. I'm going to take us back now to the Ronnie O'Sullivan match, which is what I've been the main match I want to show this afternoon. Just bear with me as I change it over, folks. As you can see there, the players are still not back out from the mid-session interval, but we'll just wait for them. No point starting another frame in the Matthew Stevens match. So I am still here, folks, don't worry. As I say, obviously you can't see any action at the moment. Just waiting for him to come back on here. Whoever is still with us, I'd be very appreciative if you would share the live link to try and attract some more viewers wherever you are in the world. Of the 90 viewers that are in, if you haven't already liked the page, please do so. Also, if you would click on follow, you'll get any notification for when I go live with one of the matches. I plan to bring each and every session through the World Championships, although I do go to Sheffield next Friday, so the second round matches, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be bringing live, as I'll be on the drink, going to enjoy myself. I was meant to be going to the Crucible to watch Ronnie O'Sullivan possibly against Ding Junhui on Friday night, Mark Allen hopefully against Jack Lazowski. I was meant to, or hoping to watch on the Saturday. Obviously some of them players still have to win their first round match, but that was my plan. And unfortunately, with Boris Johnson doing what he done, revoking the allowance of spectators into the Crucible, I'm just simply going to Sheffield and I'm going to go in the rip. Good afternoon to Maud Izat tuning in. I hope I've said your name correctly. Very warm welcome indeed. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads 4-0, as I just said, and the coverage should be starting now within the next couple of minutes again. Thank you, James Winters, for the share. Much appreciated, pal. You can see there what we're just looking at the moment is one of the cameras from the back of the arena. You can see Matthew Stevens and John Higgins are still playing the second part of their match. It's the first 4 frames of today's session. John Higgins leads Matthew Stevens by 8 frames to 4. A very warm well to Dorjan McNorrie. Dorjan, apologies if I have not said your name correctly. I met you in the European Amateurs in Portugal, if I'm correct, this year. Sorry, Dad. A very warm welcome to yourself. As we see, Ronnie O'Sullivan has been in fantastic form. Breaks of 101 clearance in the first frame, followed it up with runs of 39 and 85 in frame 2. And had a run of 115 in frame 3. Thepchaiya Ronnie O'Sullivan leads 4 frames to 0 against Thepchaiya Un-Nooh. The two players are just coming back now in a wee second from the mid-session interval. But it is 4-0 to Rocket Ronnie. He has been very, very impressive indeed. Has been scoring pretty heavy. Good afternoon to David Laird tuning in. Hope you're keeping rightly. And warm welcome to Martin Endersby, who was enjoying the coverage from my original page. Yes, Martin, back in business, pal, via my Cookie Monster Live 2 page. All being well, hopefully back in business for a long time and also a good time. All being well, Martin, things have been on the last 2 days, and touch wood, it's been okay. The Facebook police have let me be. Cheers, Davey. Much appreciated, bud. So I broke all records for Cookie Monster Live. Before today, it was 102, was the most viewers I ever had at one stage. But I've had 180, I think it was, at one time there today. I'm well chuffed, and a warm welcome to each and every one of you, wherever you may be tuning in from. I hope these two boys get this match back on soon. They definitely are taking a lot longer than 15 minutes. If I mind looking, they went off table. They're taking them 3:18. They went off the table at. So they're now gone nearly 20 minutes. Rachel, I'm not too sure if you're still there or not, but do you know how long the mid-session intervals are meant to be? As we see, the two players are joining us, so it must be 20 minutes that they get for the mid-session interval. They'll be straight on the frame 5. As we say, good afternoon to Connor Mack tuning in. As Robbie Watson has sent me the Scotch doubles and Messenger. Just remind me to go and look out or dig it out, Robbie, in between frames, and I'll post a link for it. As we see, Thepchaiya had a half decent break up, but that white mudge in the yellow has left Ronnie a half chance. He might try and drag it in here for the black. He wants that to slow down. Ah, fantastic shot. Fantastic long shot from Ronnie. Connor Mack just says Thepchaiya is getting his backside handed him so far. He is indeed, Connor. A warm welcome to Gavin Ewing joining us this afternoon. So Ronnie's looking to start off where he left off before the mid-session interval. Ah, he's played that nicely.
21.
Conor Max just saying there, this could be 10-0. The only thing I will say is at least Thepchaiya Un-Nooh is guaranteed a frame tomorrow morning, as it's only 9 frames played in this session.
29.
As Abhishek Sharma says, thanks for the live stream, buddy. Not a problem at all, Abhishek. In return, I would be very appreciative if you would give it a share, a like and a follow of the page, please. It would be much appreciated.
35. 42. 43. 50.
So it's a half-century break already for Ronnie.
51.
And he's played that quite nicely.
58.
Oh, that's worked out well.
59.
As Thepchaiya looks to be going 5-0 down. Ronnie's 64 ahead. So one more red and one more colour will leave Thepchaiya leading snookers, as he looks to register his first frame of the day. It's not looking too good for him.
65. 72. 73.
8-0 and counting.
80.
A possible break of 139 on from Ronnie. Won't quite be the highest of the championships, as Tom Ford and Neil Robertson have both had 140s.
88.
Oh, he's missed that. Didn't expect him to miss that. I thought that was going to be century number 3 of the match, but wasn't to be. Ronnie O'Sullivan, after that break of 88, makes 5 frames to 0. Back now with these again in a few wee seconds, just ready to share the link. Yeah, Conor Mackis has been very impressive indeed. So it has. So back with these again, folks. Just have to give them the video link a wee share.
Thanks. Frame 6. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
As the referee just says, frame 6, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break. Fantastic long red from Thepchaiya Un-Nooh. Absolute incredible pot considering he hasn't had any table time at all. Let's hope that he gets a good opportunity here to put his first frame on the board. He's cued that yellow quite well.
Free. Four.
For anybody just tuning in, I am Cookie Monster Live 2 in association with the Bentley Bar Derry City Centre, which is based in the northwest of Ireland. They are my sponsors. I have to make sure and plug them. A very warm welcome to each and every one of these, where you may be tuning in from today or tonight, maybe some of the cases for some people. Don't be afraid to say hello in the comments, and I can say hello back to you if you like. As Thepchaiya is just cursing his luck, he's asking the referee, would you mind respotting the pink? Thepchaiya doesn't think that the pink goes. And referee Marcel Eckhart just confirms, sorry Thepchaiya, but this pink does spot. So it's going to have to be a safety shot now from Thepchaiya. Incidentally, the referee of today's match will be the referee for this year's final. That's not the worst of safety shots from Thepchaiya, but the way Ronnie's been queuing today, you have to fancy the pot this tough red. Good afternoon to Ryan O'Halloran tuning in. Ronnie's just opting to try and nestle into the side of the pack. It's a nice line. A nice shot. It's Conor Mac just is there. Yeah, Thepchaiya's on the ropes. Just if it was a boxing contest, he may have had two standing counts already, Conor. An excellent bit of safety there from Thepchaiya. A good cue ball. A good return of safety from O'Sullivan. Where's the cue ball? That's not too bad. Hasn't left anything relatively easy for O'Sullivan. As Robbie Watson just says, this ref must be some poker player. He's got a face like a stone wall whenever questioned about the replacement of that pink ball. That's a very good shout indeed, Robbie. Again, O'Sullivan's safety has been up to scratch. You can see the safety success stop bar. O'Sullivan's sitting at 75%, Thepchaiya's sitting at 50%. That's not what Thepchaiya wanted. That's what I would call a billiard shot. O'Sullivan's eyeing up this red down the right hand side of the table, I think. Just seeing him positioning the ball in the bulk. Yeah, it looks like he's having a think about it. Oh, it wasn't too far away. Is that an omen? We have nearly 147 viewers. Could we see a 147 before this session finishes? Thepchaiya is just not at the races yet, so he's not, and if he doesn't get at the races soon, it'll be a trip home he'll be booking. Good afternoon to Jason McCullough tuning in. As I see Ronnie O'Sullivan missed one. A very good safety shot from Thepchaiya Un-Nooh. Played that with plenty of side to bring the white up and down the same side of the table. To squeeze past that red was a fantastic result. Chance for Thepchaiya after what's been probably O'Sullivan's worst shot of the day. That's including that missed pot in the last frame that he had. Oh my goodness, he's just having a bad day at the office so far because O'Sullivan's having such a good one. Hasn't been allowed to settle into this clash at all. Opts to try and keep it tight.
One.
Conor Mack seems to think that Thepchaiya's head may be gone. I don't think he's quite at that stage, he's just maybe a bit frustrated, Conor. Alright then, I take back what I just said. I think Thepchaiya would be wishing it was something stronger in that bottle of water to try and help him along in this match.
One.
So we'll be interested to see which black goes. The black goes onto the pink spot,
Eight.
with the black spot being covered.
Nine. Sixteen. 17.
These reds are all sitting pretty well for O'Sullivan to make another frame winning break. Yeah, looks good. Nice shot.
Twenty-four. 25.
'Good afternoon to Paddy Kelly tuning in. Warm welcome indeed, Paddy.
55.
That's an absolute gift when you can switch from your very good right hand to your just as equally good left hand. Afternoon to Chris Dolan tuning in. Chris, hope you're keeping well. Long time no chat, pal.
42.
Thepchaiya is just
43.
sitting there hoping that he's on a nightmare. He's going to wake up and see that the scoreline's 0-0, but sorry to tell you, Thepchaiya, that's not the case.
50.
I hope they display the shot clock times again just to see how long O'Sullivan's averaging. 13 seconds it was earlier on in the match. It says not too far away. This red and a colour, they leave Thepchaiya needing snookers. Where he'll find himself 6-0 down.
58.
And Max just saying Thepchaiya's body language is not too good.
65.
I don't think anybody's body language would be too good when they're 6-0 down.
66.
So it'll probably be a mad attempt at a double. Might try and cut it. Oh, what a double.
74.
What a double. As he keeps his break going. There's a possibility of another century. Would be the third of his match. He should have had one in the last game.
76.
No, it's not in. It was never in, so it wasn't.
And a friend.
Just set off in the wrong line. The break of 76 sees Ronnie O'Sullivan lead Thepchaiya Un-Nooh 6 frames to 0. Be back with you in a wee second, folks. I'm just going to go and reshare. I'd be very appreciative if you wouldn't mind giving the page a like. That's the Cookie Monster Live 2. If you would like the page, follow the page, and also give the link a reshare. I would be very much appreciative. Thank you. Thanks, Robbie Watson. Just see that share coming through. As you can see there, Thepchaiya is deep in thought, trying to wonder what he has to do to get a frame on the board. As Shari Paltrow just says, wow, quite simply, wow. Colin McGee's just saying, Colin McGee Jr., no work to be done.
Thank you, the 7th frame. And Janet to break.
So Thepchaiya gets his frame underway, and that break off is not pretty. Hitting the blue is something no professional player should ever be doing. No snooker player of any decent level should be hitting the blue off the break. Poor Thepchaiya is all over the place. Probably fearing the worst. Although the only thing is, it'll be a maximum of 9-0 tonight. There's the highest possibility with this match coming back tomorrow morning. As we see Ronnie just rattle the jaws with that red. That's a very good pot.
1.
Good pot from Thepchaiya. He's looking for the rest at the bottom of the table and it's not there. Even after having a week in the qualifiers, he still just comes second nature when you're used to it for so long in your career, having rests at each side of the table. But the way it's working because of the rules and regulations, Each player has their own rest at their side of the table at the top end. Colin McGee Jr. is just saying there's more people at the Crucible than there is in his work, which he works in a pub. So that doesn't sound too good for that pub. That's not the worst result. He still does have the red that's sitting just slightly to the left hand side of the black and to the right corner pocket.
6.
So them 6 frames that Ronnie O'Sullivan has won. The match time, obviously they're not including the interval, has been under 1 hour. Oh, what a lovely shot that is from Thepchaiya Un-Nooh. As you can see, maybe a bit of frustration in the way he played that with so much power, but that was a fantastic shot all the same. Has opened all the reds and given himself a good opportunity of getting his first frame on the board. As I say, good afternoon to Brian Mullen tuning in. Guys, a bit of a question for you. If this match somehow was to go to 9 each, who do you think would have the faster shot average time? Looking at the speed that Thepchaiya is taking this break, I think Thepchaiya is just slightly faster than Ronnie.
46.
As Hamza Jaweed says hello and good commentary. Much appreciated for that comment, Hamza. Thank you very much. As we welcome Patrick Keeley back to the coverage.
53. 54.
As Brian Mullen says, he decided to stop watching the coverage that has Dennis Taylor on and came back here, so he had a break. Venkat, the score is currently 6-0, but Thepchaiya is on a break of 61. Make that 62.
62.
Just left himself hampered ever so slightly here. Whoa, hasn't got that white back as far as he would have liked. It's crazy to say, although he's on a break of 69, this frame is still not over as there's 75 points in the table. Oh, that's crazy to go for that. That's crazy, but as snooker lovers we want to see something different. There is 2 reds sitting safe. As Patrick Healy has just said, Stephen's playing quite well in his match. Last I seen in that one it was 8-4 to John Higgins. Just what's the latest score in that match, Patrick, if you don't mind filling us in. Look at this from O'Sullivan trying his best to develop one of them reds into play. He nearly potted 2 reds in one go, and that's something they probably wouldn't have wanted. That looks good. Where's the cue ball? Oh, the cue ball was close. I'm not sure if it's on the red to the left hand side. The blue may be in the way. Maybe a bit of a crazy swerve shot, maybe a bit of a plant coming up here. Interesting to see what he plays. He's going for the swerve. What a camera angle. And he's missed it. So, Thepchaiya Un-Nooh will not get a better opportunity at getting his first frame on the board. Thanks for filling in. Patrick Keeley just says there, it's looking like John Higgins is going to lead 8-6 over Matthew Stevens. Oh, Thepchaiya, that crept him off the side post. I thought it had been a football. Just having a recheck of the scoreboard. 62 points ahead, so Ronnie needed a snooker before that pot, but Thepchaiya will be looking to clear a few more of them reds off the table. There's a saying that we have here at home, at least he has saved the brush. Excuse me.
11.
Don't think Ronnie will come back to the table. As Thepchaiya is relieved to get his first frame on the board. Might settle him under this match, and all being well, as a neutral, it would be great to see Thepchaiya win the remaining 2 frames of this session. Back with you in a wee moment, folks, and just a way to give us a share. As I see there, Hamza Jaweed has just asked a question, a bit of a $1 million question. Who do you think will win this year's championship? Now, honestly, this year's championship, I want Mark Allen to win it, but I also do think he can win it. Just going by reports of some of his practice partners, who I know, they're saying that Mark is playing some good stuff. Obviously, as we all know, as snooker players and enthusiasts, just transferring that to the practice table is a big thing, but something tells me this is going to be the year of the pistol, and I really hope it is, because no better lad that would deserve it. As I can hear Brian Mullen saying, I'm going to have to change the name of this channel to the Mark Allen Appreciation Channel. As Abhishek Sharma thinks Judd Trump. Or that's who they fancy, they want it, but hopes that Ronnie does. As Luke Paul Ranty Monaghan has taken a wrong turn, thinking that he's on the poker site. No, Ranty, unfortunately, that's not the poker site. As DJ MC Collins says, go the rabbit. A very warm welcome to yourself, DJ MC. So just see Ronnie, must that be quite a distance? And has given Thepchaiya a nice easy starter. Oh my goodness, what a miss from Thepchaiya. Just after me thinking that that frame, him winning that last frame would have settled him, he misses a red like that. Very unexpected. That's the pressure of obviously drawing Ronnie O'Sullivan first round at the Crucible. As DJ MC says, Ronnie all the way. Hello to Hamza Sagu. Also says Ronnie won this year. That pink's right in the centre of the pocket. Has been queuing very well right throughout this match. As Conor Mack doesn't think Ronnie is going to get close. Conor Mack, just with your comment there, who do you think is going to stop him? I'm interested to know. Who's going to beat him if you look at the draw as to who he plays? Obviously, if Ronnie goes on to win this match, he'll play Ding Junhui in the next round, but having watched Ding Junhui, I don't think he's up to it. He was lucky enough getting over the line against Mark King, who put up a heck of a fight. As Ankit Jain, apologies again, some of the names I struggle to pronounce, folks. Ronnie will always be the GOAT, however it might budge for Mark Allen or Neil Robertson. Yeah, if one of them two guys get there, at least we'll be on for a good final. No disrespect to Graham Dott and Peter Ebdon, as long as it's not a final of that kind of calibre, I'll be happy enough. Conor Mack thinks that Mark Selby will be the man to start. Well, the man to stop Ronnie O'Sullivan, as Ankit Jain. I just said I got the name right. I'm well chuffed with that one. Happy days. A warm welcome also to Sinead Tambier, tagging a couple of friends. Another question coming in there from Ali Khan. Ali Khan says, what do you think in these best of 19 frames, and when the things will move on, it will be best of 33, maybe 35. Does Ronnie have the patience now to play with him having have a temperament for most matches? I think, regards your comment, Ali, I think it all depends who he plays. I think this game suits Ronnie's game because of two of them's very fast. But as Conor Mack just said, if Ronnie can play Selby at some stage, so he can. I think it's either the quarters or semis. Can't quite remember. But that Selby's game doesn't suit Ronnie's, and Ronnie might let that get under his skin. But a very good question all the same. Hamza has just asked, who do you think would win if Ronnie and Judd made it to the final? I would want Ronnie to win, but Judd is playing so well, and he generally plays well against Ronnie. Yeah, I seem to have a good enough record. If you just see Ronnie miss another surprising easy enough pot for him, and has given back Thepchaiya a chance. Ronnie breaks down in 40. For two of them lads got to the final. It really is. It's a flip of the coin. It's all about just who turns up on the day. As we see Thepchaiya look to nudge that red away from beside the pink and give him a shot of the pink into the middle, but wasn't to be. But I'm enjoying your questions, folks, and keep them coming. And I'll try and answer them as best I can, whilst also providing a wee bit of commentary on the match.
Thepchaiya Un-Nooh 1.
Yeah, Ali, I do remember that from all them years ago. Peter Ebdon versus Ronnie. When Ronnie got frustrated, you can understand why. Being a lover of the game myself for many years, just somebody that plays in the style of Peter Ebdon, as we see Ronnie, he might have fluked this. This is close. That's a hell of a ridiculous fluke. He puts his hand up in apologies to Thepchaiya. But Ronnie against Ebdon, obviously that's just not a game that Ronnie would ever want to play, and Peter Ebdon won the battle of the minds. Conor Mack says, hard to believe that Michael White is in Cusco. It really is. As we just see that flip that Ronnie had back again. That's the last thing poor Thepchaiya needs, having already been getting battered 6-1. We welcome back Terry Doherty again. Conor Mack, have you seen some of them jaws with Cusco? I was looking at it early on this morning. Some tough jaws. quite possibly Decky and me Robbie can play each other in the third round. Robbie having got a bye into the second round after Sam Craigie held on to his tour card with whatever way World Snooker is working it. As we see O'Sullivan here about to go 47 points ahead with 67 points remaining.
12. 30.
Conor Mack, if the Patrick Wallace that plays the way he plays here in these ranking tournaments turns up, I think Patrick has every chance of getting back on tour. And goodness knows how long it's been since he's been on tour. 2002 since Patrick got to the quarterfinals of the Worlds. So Ronnie O'Sullivan looking very good here for a 7-1 lead, as Thepchaiya Un-Nooh needs some snookers, and this is all came off that ridiculous fluke that Ronnie had.
26.
He must have read by an absolute mile. Yeah, Martin Endersby, that's very true indeed. Dean Reynolds and Mike Hallett, also a Q school. I think does Mike Hallett play wee Robbie McGuigan first round, first event?
34. 41.
As we see, O'Sullivan's in a break of 41. Can he keep it going? No, so a break, 2 breaks, one of 40 and one of 41. Sees Ronnie O'Sullivan go 7-1 ahead of Thepchaiya Un-Nooh. Back with these in a second, folks. I'm just going to go and give us link a reshare. As Conor Mack says, all the boys from the north of Ireland are capable of getting on, are going close. Yeah, I agree, Connor, as is the boys from Ribside that's going. Greg Casey, Ryan Cronin, and Ross Bowman, the ones that I know of, and young Ronan White's also going.
Final frame of the session.
So as the referee just said there, folks, this is the 8th and the final frame of this session. So it's a big frame for Thepchaiya Un-Nooh's chance, I think, if we're being realistic. As Nicole Perilcar says, we'd love to see the old Ronnie, also expecting to see a maximum break. Ali Khan, the next session of this match is 10 o'clock, 10 AM GMT. I'm not too sure what time it is with yourself, but I do plan to bring tomorrow's session live. I plan to be live through the championships right up until Thursday with a live session. I'm going to Sheffield myself on Friday with a couple of friends. So I'm hoping to bring some coverage, like some player interviews from ones at Q School. If I'm able to get a professional player to do an interview, I would be hoping that that's possible. Manish Pandey has just asked the score of the John Higgins match. I'll check that out for you, Manish. As I can see. I'm not too sure. Managed to, it's not loading up for me, so it's maybe possible that game could be over. As Hamza is just asking, why did Anthony Hamilton pull out? Hamza, there was an article doing the rounds before the tournament started. Anthony Hamilton pulled out, citing health reasons as regards his fear of spectators being allowed into the arena. Hamilton was to play on Friday at 2:30, and they had pulled out on Wednesday or Thursday, whatever it was. And then on Friday the government made a decision that the spectators, even though there was ones already in the arena, weren't allowed to be there from Saturday on. So Anthony Hamilton had pulled out, maybe pulled out a bit too soon. As Nick Hill is just saying, people in India praise Ronnie. They have pictures of Ronnie in almost all the snooker parlours. That's interesting to know. It's I know one of my stream followers, Joe Lochran, played in the World Amateur Championships. I think that was in India many years ago. As Anki just lets us know that John Higgins leads Matthew Stevens 8 frames to 5. As Ronnie has just snookered himself.
23.
He couldn't do it again if he tried. He's just going to nestle on the leads. Hello to Darryl Hamilton. Darryl Hamilton tuning in.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 23.
So Sullivan breaks down in 25. As his chalk just flies out of his waistcoat onto the table. So with this being the last frame, guys, what I might do with this being the last frame is start a new link with the John Higgins and Matthew Stevens match after this frame is finished, of course. Just bring that match because it's going to be played to completion when they come back from the mid-session interval. If you'd like to join us for that again, more than welcome. As Hamza has just asked, what is my highest break? Hamza, in practice, my highest break is 142, and in a match it is 115. Never ever had that maximum, though someday I dare to dream. As Connor Mack is just asking, yes, 4 players it is gets through the first Q school, the same with the second and the third Q school, and I think the order of merit as well. Yeah, Martin, I think it's, obviously with these two boys having played these first 9 frames as quick as what it's looking here.
One.
The 14th frame is currently in progress in the Higgins and Stevens match. Thanks to Ankit for sharing that. And it is 28-62 in favour of Matthew Stevens. So Sullivan's in quite a bit of a rush here. I think what I might do, Martin Enderstreet, is just flick it straight across to the Higgins and Stevens match to save me having to go and set it up. I just don't want anybody complaining that when they tune in on the headline it says O'Sullivan and Un-Nooh, but they'll just be told that it was over anybody that asks, such as the pace of these two players. Ah, lovely shot again from Ronnie, as he looks to go on an overnight leader by 8 frames to 1.
24.
And it's looking all the more likely. That's in the heart of the pocket.
25.
Ronnie O'Sullivan's average shot time, here you have it folks, is 13 seconds. My goodness. Another update there from Ankit. Says that 14th frame Matthew Stevens leads John Higgins 62-37. And with 1 red left, Stevens is snookered in behind the brown.
14.
Well, my plan is, guys, I'm going to switch it straight over to that match, so do stay with us. It'd be very much appreciated, as Ronnie
14.
has just used the right hand jaw for that one to creep in. This black will leave Thepchaiya needing snookers, and a miracle if it's to complete a comeback. let's be honest, 8-1 down against O'Sullivan. I'll not be taking any free bets on Thepchaiya tomorrow, that's for sure.
49.
So we'll just stay with it until this break finishes off, with the possibility of another century being on. Possible 105.
56.
Sorry, 115 I should say. Terrible counting on my part.
57.
Yes, Abhishek. My plan is, of course, with there being so many Ronnie O'Sullivan fans throughout the world, my plan is to bring him live whenever he's on. The only thing is, when he's on during the second round, I'm going to be in Sheffield at the World Championships. Well, not actually at them, but I'm away for 3 days. I was planning to go and watch the World Championships, but the tickets have been revoked by the government, and that's not allowed. But I'm still going to Sheffield in the hope of catching up with some players, trying to make it as a professional. But then when I come back to the quarterfinals, if O'Sullivan gets through, I will be bringing them matches as Thepchaiya will be cursing his luck having John O'Sullivan. So folks, bear with me, I'm going to switch it straight over to Stevens and Higgins. Early. For some reason, guys, it's not live. I don't know why. Must be because it's a mid-session interval. But them guys should be finishing the match off. So apologies. I don't have the match that I was planning to bring you. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's a reason that something's happened with the stream. It looks to be taken down because I can't see it in my computer either. I can't mind who was watching it. And Keith was watching it, so maybe no, it's not giving me any stream on the site that I would use. A bit strange, but if that match does come back live, I'll certainly try and bring it to these folks. Let's just hope it's not a case that they're starting to block me. Thank you to each and every one of you for